Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the South Atlantic Media Services Local TV News broadcast. Making the headlines in this week's news: French Navy visits the island. A special day for new mothers. Shapes Gravity Rush 2015 report, and goals in the football, as well as news from the Saint Helena Golf Open. On Tuesday morning, the French Navy vessel Albatross arrived in James Bay for a 2-day visit. The vessel, with an all-male crew of 50 on board, travelled from South Africa to Saint Helena, then on to her decommissioning in Brest, France, after serving the French Navy for 47 years. The crew attended a memorial service at Napoleon's tomb on Tuesday afternoon, where speeches were given. Acting Governor Sean Burns welcomed the crew and the ship's captain, Commander Riaz Akune, to St Helena. This was followed by drinks hosted by Mr. and Mrs. Burns for invited guests at the Bride's Pavilion. The crew also had the opportunity to tour around the island. Speaking to one of the petty officers, he told us what his first impression on St Helena was.
I didn't know this island before, only a few pictures I saw before I came here. And first of all, the first view I had of Saint Helena is quite the same of the picture I saw. So where it's very different, it's when you come here. When you come ashore, then it's really different because it's all the smells you have, and it's very friendly, a friendly place. That's what I felt when I came here first. Everyone is smiling, everyone is saying hi and shaking, so that's very friendly, and we are not used to that even at La Réunion Island, where people are also friendly. So yeah, that's what I felt.
School students of various ages who are learning French also had the opportunity to have a tour around the ship. The Albatross has been responsible for patrolling a staggering 2.25 million square kilometers of some of France's most remote islands in the Southern Ocean to stop illegal fishing, some of it in very inhospitable conditions. The ship is fitted with a hospital with operating facilities and 4 bunks for patients. It also includes a gym. The only way on and off the ship was via a rope ladder. Princess Lodge was filled with laughter and baby babble on Wednesday, the 10th of June, when mothers and their babies came together for an away day hosted by midwife Rosie Mittens and community staff nurse Marilyn Pitchley. The day consisted of many activities for both mothers and babies, as well as a chance for mothers to sit in a comforting atmosphere and share their stories with one another. The doors were open at 10 a.m. and parents were invited to stay until 3 p.m.
Well, I've actually initiated this. I was supposed to have done this a while back now, and today finally it's got on the road. We're here really just for the mums and babies to sort of get together, as not always they can have that opportunity. And it's all about sharing experiences with each other. Well, initially we invited about 70, and I would say that there's at least 50 here today, which I'm really pleased about.
But I think all the babies did really well. They're probably getting a little bit anxious now, well, some of them. But no, I think it's been a nice day just to meet up with everybody, because you can just become very isolated when you're at home. So it's just a good chance to meet up and talk to other moms about their experiences and share some, kind of points that help others.
Yes, we did some questionnaires, and it's all about maternity and child health, just to sort of see what their knowledge is at this present time. We had some word searches to do, and also a maternity survey which I implemented just to see if our maternity services are sort of up to date, or sort of having the good practices, done. So I'm sure that will let me know all about that. So everybody's been saying how well it's been, and they've really enjoyed it, and hope that we can do it again at some stage.
Midwife Rosie Mittens was very pleased with the turnout on the day. Mothers and babies alike who attended the event appeared to have had a good time. Shape's 3rd annual Gravity Rush took place last Sunday, and the first time all drivers were breathalyzed by the police. This was conducted for public and driver safety. Happily, all drivers passed with 0 readings. To start with, all 12 go-karts paraded down through Market Street, where all drivers and their vehicles were introduced to the crowd by compeer for the day, Merrill Joshua, before the start of the races. Merrill and the Shape Clowns kept the crowds entertained during breaks between the races, with various activities for the crowd to participate with. Here now are some of the highlights of the day.
Think I can fly. Think I can fly when I'm with you. My arms are wide, catching fire as the wind blows. I know that I'm rich enough for pride. I see $1 billion in your eyes, even if we're strangers till we die.
The final race just there showed just how closely the competition was contended, but it was Skeleton who came in first place, pushed to the line by Bring It. The first president of Shape, Basil George, in his closing speech reflected that this, the third year of the race, was an event with mixed emotions due to the death of Shape's friend and colleague Sharon George. The Gravity Rush Cup was renamed in her honor. After the speeches, the crowd stayed and partied the night away as they were entertained by the Big Easy. With Gravity Rush cancelling some sporting events over the weekend, there were still some fixtures that went ahead. Here now is Damien Obey with the sports news.
Fuji's made it 2 wins on the trot with victory over Raiders in Saturday's first match. Raiders started the match with just 9 players, and Fugees capitalized on the numbers advantage. Jordan Young netted twice, and superb individual goals from Anton Henry and Cody Harris saw Fugees score 4. Fugees' Dion Phillips picked up man of the match honors, and Christian Phillips scored Raiders a consolation goal. Final score, Fugees 4, Raiders 1. The second match on Saturday saw last season's champions Rovers clash with runners-up Hearts. The two heavyweights played out a highly intense first half. Colin Young netted an early goal for Hearts, and Shane Stroud added another with a superb right-footed volley midway through the half. However, Danny Leo and man of the match Rico Benjamin answered with goals for Rovers. The second half was not as intense as the first. Rovers had a goal disallowed for a foul on the Hearts keeper, and the match was brought to a halt when Rovers centre-half Gary Benjamin suffered a neck injury and needed medical attention. When the match resumed, Jason George squandered an opportunity to win the match for Hearts. The match eventually finished 2-2. The final matchup on Sunday saw Crystal Rangers score 6 for the second consecutive week. Wolves could only muster 3 goals in reply. Rangers Bank netted a hat-trick, Nick Stevens converted a penalty, and Darren Reynolds and Jordan Johnson added a goal each. For Wolves, Jacob Duncan netted his maiden senior league goal, whilst Alex Hudson and Rico Coleman added a goal each. Man of the match honours went to Crystal Rangers Bank, and young player of the match was Jordan Thomas of Wolves. In golf, Larry Thomas and 8-time defending champion Scott Crowley are locked in a tie for first place following the third round in Longwood Golf Club's Open Championship. 12 golfers qualified for the Open. Larry and Scott shot 3 over par 71s, whilst last week's leader, Lawson Henry, shot a 73. Nick Stevens makes up the top 4, having shot 76. In the ladies sector, Sanya Niemann has opened up a commanding 11-shot lead over Helena Stevens. Sanya shot a nat 3 under par 65, whilst Helena recorded a 76. That's the sports news for this week. Back to you, Jane.
Thank you, Damien. That brings us to the end of this week's edition of the South Atlantic Media Services Local TV News broadcast. I am Jane Durnford. Thank you all for watching.